Hi everyone, it's Jenny Dang. I'm currently in Sapporo, Hokkaido. For lunch today, we're having shimoyamite nai izuru. Let's see if it's worth the travel.
Helling. Fermented with koji and with some vegetable. This is a traditional pickles in Hokkaido. Next, all of this his handmade ham. Yes, all of this. And first is this one. This one is some wild meat, mixed wild meat. And next is boiled salami. Next chorizo. And this one is beef ham. It takes about 2 years to make it. Yes. And this is pancetta. And next is coppa. Coppa is pork shoulder. This is also 2 years. And two chorizo, two salami, beef salami and pork salami. Please eat as you like. this is Kohada. Kohada, do you know? Ah, okay. Okay, next is tegani. Tegani というのtegani とウニです。And served with soup of tegani. Yes. And please mix and eat. Okay, this is so-called please don't touch it. Okay? This is onion soup. Onion. Okay, next is this is handmade soba, and with a sauce of sweet shrimp and a kind of potato. This is a scallop with a sauce of mushroom sauce. This mushroom is a natural grown mushroom. we picked up in the mountain ourselves in this autumn. This is dessert of Abalone. Yes. This is all of your wines.
Okay.手元とか全部抜いた方がいい。全部抜いた方がいい。明日後ろの全部
外したい。
全部多分本田さん全部取るか全部入るから全部抜け、全部皿にしてんだけど
Chiracco and shellfish and anikimo and with a served with kinky soup of kingfish and with rice. With first you eat the shellfish and chiracco and please leave your soup and mixed with anikimo rice soup mixed with.
こ
Thank you Shimoyamite Naizuru for the incredible meal. Now it's time for my rating to see if it's worth the travel. When it comes to the food, I completely agree with many reviews. It's absolutely delicious. You can tell Chef Igarashi uses only the highest quality ingredients and pours his heart and time into his cooking. From the handmade charcuterie to personally picking mushrooms from the mountains, his dedication is clear. Each course was executed beautifully, striking a perfect balance between creativity and tradition. It's hard to pick a favorite because I loved every dish, but if I had to choose, I'll happily eat the Kohada meal fight over and over again. I rate the food a 4.6 out of 5. Before I dive into the juicy details, I want to mention how stunning the restaurant is. The large window overlooking the garden offers a breathtaking snowy view in the winter, which is so serene. Now, onto the controversial topic, the service. While it's true that Chef Igarashi doesn't converse with the guests, I don't find it rude at all. For example, if you dine at a French or Italian restaurant, it's unlikely you'll see or interact with the chef in the kitchen. The chef's job is to focus on providing great food, which he did. It's also untrue that he doesn't care for his guests, as he made sure the onion soup pot wasn't too hot, ensuring I wouldn't accidentally burn my hand. However, since it is an open kitchen, a simple greeting from the chef would have been nice. That said, the server, who was expected to give the service, was fantastic. She's kind, sweet, and incredibly attentive. She helped us move to a better seat, answered all my questions, and even took the time to write down the complicated names of the mushrooms. The service deserves a 4. The restaurant is in Sapporo, right next to Nakajima Park, perfect for a post or pre-meal stroll. You can admire the lush greenery in spring or a white blanket of snow in the winter. Take a short walk further and you can visit the Iris Pond and check out the Sapporo City Observatory. The location gets a perfect 5. Both lunch and dinner tasting menu is 33,000 yen, which is roughly $210, making it 3.9 for the price. The overall rating is 4.37, which makes it worth international travel. So it doesn't matter where you're traveling from, Shimoyamite Naizuru is worth the visit. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.